Hi everybody. I wanted to read an article to you today from Psychology Today, written by Mark Goulston, entitled Just Listen, and the date published on August 12th, 2014, entitled Robin Williams Did Not Die from Depression. When over time and in an unrelenting way you feel utterly alone and feel that you and your life don't matter, death becomes you. Robin Williams did not die from depression. There are tens of hundreds of millions of depressed people who do not commit suicide. What he died from was despair, possibly the most life-threatening part of depression. And by despair, I mean feeling utterly unpaired with many of the things that keep us going. And then he lists them here. Did I give you the name of the author? I think Mark, yeah, I did. Mark Goulston, MD, FAPA. In the article Just Listen. Okay, sorry to interrupt. Number one, in despair, he lists the qualities of despair. His definition of despair. Number one is hopeless, where we feel unpaired with a future that's been worth living. Number two, worthless, unpaired with any feelings that you could do to take away some core feeling of worthlessness. Number three, useless, unpaired with feeling that you have helped the world and or unpaired with any lasting treatment that would take away your despair. Number four is helpless, unpaired with feeling there's anything you could do to make yourself feel better in a lasting fashion. Number five, meaningless, unpaired with feeling that anything that you did mattered. Number six, purposeless, unpaired with anything other than making other people laugh, which wasn't enough. Number seven, pointless, unpaired with feeling that there was any reason to go on given the above. If you're feeling many or most of the above, excuse me, it's very tempting to pair with death as a way out of your suffering. That's because when the above have become all of you, the only way to make it all go away is to make you go away. Now, of course, most of us who don't know how dark and deep depression can be would find it hard to believe that he could feel any of the above, much less most of the above. And that's precisely what causes a person to feel alone in their pain. Pain is pain. Suffering is feeling utterly alone in pain. Most people can endure chronic pain. Few can endure prolonged, unrelenting suffering. However, when someone is able to make it through and pierce your iron dome that keeps all help and hope out and keeps you locked up inside, suffering you can't live with becomes pain that you can. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. We hardly knew ye, at least not the part part of you living and dying inside the laughter. Perhaps if we had, you might have felt less alone, less unpaired with anything other than death to relieve you and would be continuing to make us laugh instead of causing us to cry with too late empathy for the true suffering that you've been living until you could no longer live, till you could live with it no longer. There's a note down at the bottom. It says, it is of course presumptuous to assume the above without having examined Robin Williams. However, as a suicide specialist for more than 30 years, I can say one thing that nearly all suicidal people felt at the point of making an attempt was a feeling of despair. The purpose of the above is to use it to have conversations with people that you worry about might be feeling suicidal, and then when they speak to you, just listen. If you can do it in a way where they not only feel understood, but also feel felt by you, a number of them may give up their suicidality. That's because if they feel felt by you, they may not need to move towards suicide as the only thing that understands their need to end their pain. A resource, and then he gives a resource below. I'll include the link to this in case you want to read it again. Despair is beyond depression. It is the life-threatening part of it, right? So we can listen to each other when we're feeling in despair. And you can sense it. We can sense it when people are feeling despair. Thanks for listening. I love you guys.